Happy 4th of July, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stock Talk at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Before we get started, I want to thank everyone for joining me on this video during a holiday. And hopefully you guys get some time to relax, whether you're alone or your friends and family. Just relax and then everyone just breathe before we get back into the stock market. But thank you once again and welcome to the Stock Talk as always. Facebook page that you guys been commenting on a ton, you guys been messaging me on this Facebook page, has been launched. So the link is in the description of this video, so be sure to join and like that page. This is where you can find people similar to you with similar trading strategies, and hopefully you guys can learn from each other and you can talk with me as well. The group page is called Smart Trades with Kevin. Let's talk about SPY, the S&P 500 on the 180-day chart. You guys can see that I've modified a couple of lines. Let's take a look at long-term first. Long-term trajectory, we see a resistance at 279.24, a lower high line, and then a support around 266.44. This is the major bullish nature of the market. So even if we dip to this red line, if we keep above this red line, we are still in a major bullish trend for the market. So just be on the lookout for that. So those major trends on a daily close above or below these major resistance support lines will signify a trend. If we close above the blue line, then we expect significantly higher prices to come. If we close below the red line, we expect significantly lower prices to come. But for now, in the more near term, we see fluctuations or oscillations between the support at 269.50 and the resistance at 273.25. So why are we having this fluctuation, number one? And number two, what can we do in the near future? How do we trade this pattern? So let me just tell you guys something. The reason, why we kind of have these fluctuations, imagine we have a holiday in the middle of the week, right? Number one. Number two, we have meeting minutes. Fed meeting minutes comes out 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, which will inevitably move the markets both before and after its release. We have the non-farm employment numbers coming out tomorrow morning. And then on Friday, we have the unemployment rate numbers coming out in the morning. All those factors combined, plus all the news about trade war or trade tariffs, that is really, putting an edge on the markets. Hence, our pattern of consolidation near the bottom. So what are we looking for in the near future? I'm looking for a daily close either below 269 or above 274. A daily close at those numbers will tell me which direction the markets want to move. The markets are not certain which way to go right now, and the longer we consolidate in this horizontal pattern, the larger the spike or the downside, right? Whether it spikes up or it spikes downwards. I just want to be on the right train when it starts spiking, but I certainly don't want to be guessing at which way the market's going to move at this time. So that's why I'm on the sidelines for now, and hopefully you guys are seeing that similar pattern. Take a look at TVIX or volatility. I'll show you guys this on the 180-day chart. You guys can see, right? Volatility, again, a horizontal pattern. You guys can see on the 1-day, 1-minute chart what TVIX was doing intraday on yesterday. We actually saw some really rapid decline of volatility followed by a massive increase last few hours of trading back to the top. So that goes with SPY in the horizontal pattern. We're pretty much back at the support. SPY is at 270.90. So this is not something I'm actively trading, but I just wanted to show you guys the pattern of volatility right now. Looking at 4/CL, tracking crude oil futures. Crude oil futures, and I know a lot of you guys are commenting on this. I want to show you guys the 180-day chart because crude oil continues to be bullish, and in my opinion, it will continue to be bullish at least to around $76 and change. And the reason is the $76.36 around that area can be a couple dollars lower, a couple dollars higher, but around that general area is where I'm looking for crude oil to start reversing, in which time I would be looking to get into DWT or inverse crude oil. But until then, we have to be pro crude oil. We have to be pro UWT and GUSH. And I can't reiterate this enough because until we see a sign of a reversal, We have to be going with the pattern. We can't go against a trend, even though we know the resistance up here. So right now, you guys can see these 4-hour candles, right? This 4-hour candle was actually formed when? Actually, yesterday morning. So this 4-hour candle right here stretched all the way back to the support, but we managed to pull above the light blue line of the 20 EMA. This again shows strength in crude oil. So in my opinion, it's not time to get into DWT yet, but I'm looking for signs of a change. So far, not yet. So I want to take you guys to GUSH really quickly, because you guys were talking about GUSH, and here's GUSH. We see its higher low pattern. A red line has been holding as a support, and this is the 200 SMA. Of course, GUSH follows oil and gas exploration, kind of follows forward/CO loosely. So as crude oil kind of pushes higher, we do expect GUSH sometimes to push higher as well. But look at this. We're being squeezed in by an ascending triangle pattern, which means the range for profit taking is getting less and less. This is why I'm more interested in UWT than in GUSH if you're pro crude oil. Because we're getting squeezed in at this time, we expect a major push up or a major push to the downside. I don't want to be guessing in this case, and therefore I am not playing this pattern right now. But I just want to show you guys GUSH, because GUSH went down, I think, a couple of percentage points, and then went up. You guys can see what we did intraday on GUSH. We went over $41 before we kind of came back down and kind of consolidated this middle area again. So all right, and I think that's one of your comments as well. /NG tracking natural gas futures. I want to show you guys natural gas, another very interesting pattern on the 180-day chart, because we saw that natural gas broke a major support, right? And wow, what's happening here? So here we go. Here's the 180-day chart. The support was at 2.892. What happened? We broke down, and look what happened here. The previous support became the new resistance, and here's the resistance. Tested it once, rejection. Tested it twice, rejection. What a great time, in my opinion, to look into DGAZ or DGAZ, that is inverse natural gas. Because the time we consolidated here, the double rejection right here, it seems to me that DGAZ, could be a good play. Of course, this is a risk. All these entries and exits are risks that you have to evaluate whether you want to go in or not. I'm just here to kind of show you the analysis of it. And what did I say about DGAZ? I said that a daily close above $24 would signify probably a good bullish nature for inverse natural gas. So what happened yesterday? We see, pretty nice reversal candles right here, right at the 20 EMA. Did we close at $24? We did not, but we got close to it. So I'm waiting for that push higher, and if that occurs, DGAZ shows quite a bit of potential right now, giving natural gas's trajectory. Let's take a look at /GC tracking gold futures. Gold futures, another interesting pattern. We see that it's been holding the 180-day low, ironically, finally, 1242. So this is another one where I do see potential. Just note that the resistance is at 1268. So, but I do see potential in gold as well. Looking at the 1-year chart, you can see this clearly, the reversal pattern that has formed. This is a more, in my opinion, a slightly more definitive reversal pattern than previous reversal patterns, and you guys can see we kind of bounced off of this support. So you guys note that JNUG, which kind of follows /GC, right? JNUG all of a sudden looks way more appealing. Note how /GC has been going down more than JNUG. JNUG has been pretty steady around this area, and all of a sudden we see a spike on a daily candle above the 20 EMA. Now just note that if we are able to close above this resistance area, 13.93, there probably will be higher prices for JNUG. So JNUG is certainly one that we should be watching as /GC pushes higher. So yep, we'll watch that one in the near future. Let's take a look at a couple of your comments. K9, what would be a great entry point for McDonald's, 3M, Johnson & Johnson, Texas Instruments, and Apple? You have a great website. So thank you so much, K9. I'll take a look at your first ticker. Just make sure I'll kind of submit one ticker per person, just to kind of make the video shorter and let everyone get a chance to submit a ticker. So here's McDonald's support, 155.56, resistance 173.06. That's the start of the breakdown area, and we're making a higher high. I like it. Support horizontal. I like it. So great. So I like this pattern. The one thing is make sure you do set a stop loss if you do get in, right? Because what happens if it breaks the support? You want to be ready for that. But in the meantime, I really like this pattern. You guys can see that we're on the bottom, and there's a good potential 5+ percentage points to gain from McDonald's. So great job watching for that one. And just note that right now it's still kind of in a pattern decline. But like I said, if your entry was right here, you at the very least know where to get out. And I think this is a good pattern. Great job, K9. Dawei, thanks Kevin. The NUGT has raised 5% today. Do you think it is a sign to go up? So NUGT follows /GC, right? And kind of looks like JNUG. So I kind of talked about JNUG and all that. So hopefully that one helps. Ven, is it a good time to look into UCTT? So Ven, thank you for your comment. And you can see that UCTT has been on a constant decline. Lower low, lower high. It's making a hyperbola pattern. You guys can see this hyperbola right here. That's acting as a resistance, and because we're getting squeezed in all of a sudden, I certainly do not want to be participating in a descending pattern that's been actively trending lower. So no sign of reversal right now, and this is not something I would actively look into currently. Reza, what do you think about the ticker Intelsat? So Intelsat, this one has been going up over 300% in pretty much 1 year. So in that case, we got to be extremely cautious. Why, the amount that has gone up, what goes up must come down. And because it's gone up so much over a short period of time, I, at the very least, expect $10 to $12 to start acting as a support. At the very least, it needs to come down to that area, consolidate before it goes back up again. This is way overextended, and it might go up, but certainly not too risky for me to make a play on this one right now, even though it's on an uptrend, right? Okay, Eric, 4/CL went up today, but GUSH dropped almost 6%. Yeah, so we talked about GUSH, right? GUSH actually made it up the first few hours before it started dropping and only gained, you guys can see, 3.63%. So I think GUSH, the potential is getting lesser and lesser for GUSH, so just be careful with that one. Prashanth, you mentioned the gold support is at 1210, but I see it as 1219. All right, Prashanth, thank you for your comment. So if you look at gold or /GC, just kind of go back to that. I want to show you guys the 1 year chart. What your number 1219 and my number 1210 is extremely similar. Here's 1210, right? This is where my number is right here. 1219 is literally right here, right? Pretty much right here. That's not a significant difference. It might be up here. It might be a little bit lower. That's not a significant difference. So I think we generally have it in the same area. So yeah, good job charting that one. Trader Princess, I'm a fan of MU. Thanks for your analysis. Thanks Trader Princess. I knew that was the ticker you were talking about. And then let's take a look at Will's comment, RRC. So possible reversal from a 4-year downtrend. So RRC, we do see resistance right here. And this is actually a pretty decent resistance right here, 1723. So be on the lookout for that. Yes, it's on an uptrend, but we're at the resistance, and this is the time to be a little cautious. If we're able to cross this resistance and start closing actively higher, then that's good. Maybe around $18 is where I would look and close on a daily basis around up there. But until then, I just feel like there's a resistance around here. So just be careful with this one as you near the top. All right. The last one I'm going to tackle is Twitter. I think it's by Nathan. So Nathan, welcome to the channel. I don't think I've ever seen you here, but hopefully this will help. So looking at Twitter, we're looking at the 1 year chart. Let's take a look at the 3 year chart really quickly just to see what it's been doing on a weekly basis. And I think Twitter is one that has gone up over 100% just within a short time period, I think this year. So once this starts loading, actually not this year, but pretty much the end of last year to this year, we've gone up over 150%. So this is one where you can see when it starts overextending, certainly the risk is way too high. Sure, it can go up right now, but the risk is too high for my entry at least. I would at least come down to the 20 EMA or the light blue line, retest, confirm that support before entering into Twitter. But for now, it's so overextended. If it goes up, am I going to be sad? No, I'm not going to be sad. Am I going to be happy? Sure, for people who are in Twitter, I'll be happy for you guys. But the risk is just too great for me right now, and wait for it to come down a little bit before getting it. All right, and that's it for this stock talk today. If you guys haven't checked out the Facebook group, go to the Facebook group and like that page and see if what you think of it. Give me some feedback, suggestions, what you guys want to see in that Facebook group and these stock talks, and I'll see you guys there. In the meantime, I'll see you guys also tomorrow for tomorrow's stock talk. It'll be a late night stock talk, so look for a video around 9, 10, 11 p.m. Eastern time. And those late night stock talks, I hope you like them because it's coming to you tomorrow. In the meantime, happy 4th of July. Enjoy your holiday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.